Welcome to another episode of Kentucky Esports Weekly. I'm your host, Nathan Stevens, and we have a short one today for you, as this is graduation week for the University of Kentucky. We're winding down the semester and looking forward to some gaming during the holiday season. That said, we've got some quick hitters for you, really just one, and some industry news to get you through the week and wrap up this semester proper. So let's get right into it with quick hitters. PUBG Corporation has been fully ingested by Krafton Inc. PUBG Corporation, responsible for the widely popular PlayerUnknown's Battleground and Terra, has fully merged with the mega corporation of Krafton. Krafton hopes to continue developing the PUBG and the PUBG mobile brand while also pushing and continuing the PUBG esports journey. In addition to the PUBG merger, Krafton has also taken on two additional studios with Pinex and Delusion Studio, which are both mobile gaming developers. Mobile gaming is huge, especially overseas in Asia, so that should do them very well, especially with the addition of PUBG Mobile. But this is big news, as PUBG Corporation has been thriving with esports tournaments since the pandemic took off, both in America and outside of America. So Krafton's getting a really good company, and they're probably going to make a ton of money off of it. But that's all I've got for you in quick hitters this week. That's it. I'll have more for you next week. It's a very short week for it. We'll be back with hopefully some new esports news. I think we got a few tournaments going on in the esports world that are wrapping up this week. But until then, here is Morgan and Tyler with industry news.
Hello, I'm Tyler Ralston.
And I'm Morgan Mulberry.
And this is your week's industry news. To begin, we have some unfortunate news for fans of Cuphead. The DLC meant to conclude the story of the titular Cuphead and his brother Mugman, which itself is titled The Delicious Last Course, has been delayed once again. In an official statement on Twitter, Studio MDHR announced that they have made the difficult decision to set back the release again because they believe that this finale to the story must be representative of their best work. Of course, the team acknowledges the difficulties that have come with the pandemic this year, which has affected every aspect of life, including some of the games we have discussed in the past. Given that the original game's release took years of painstakingly detailed development to recapture the stylized art of early cartoons, while not compromising the gameplay, this delay is likely understood by most, despite being a letdown. Studio MDHR now aims for a 2021 release, but promises to only release their content when they are certain it will bring delight to the players.
The Fall Guys developer company Mediatonic is building its third season titled Winter Knockout. They officially announced on Twitter, along with a screenshot teasing the new season in a surprisingly clever way. 300 puzzle pieces were sent to the same number of users, and they had to build the puzzle together, revealing the board and new costumes. There are some costumes I definitely look forward to and new obstacles to try out as well. Season 3 of Fall Guys will be available sometime after the 10th.
The next generation of consoles have been released, and with them comes a new wave of updates to many live service games and franchises that are not receiving a new entry at the start of this generation. One such title is Rainbow Six Siege, a tactical competitive shooter developed and published by Ubisoft, which will have received its updates on Tuesday, December 1st of this week. For both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, the new performance mode will target 120 frames per second with dynamic 4K resolution, and the resolution mode will target 60 frames per second while locked at 4K resolution. The Xbox Series X, meanwhile, will be targeting 120 frames at 1080p resolution, with resolution mode reaching 60 frames a second at 1728p. The lighting, depth of field, and overall graphical features and details to the game will be noticeably increased. In addition to all of this, the PlayStation 5's new DualSense systems are said to have exclusive tactile features, such as the controller's triggers simulating the resistance of a gun trigger or the difference between single fire and full auto. Finally, with crossplay being enabled between the old and new generations, players will also be able to upgrade their version of the game for free, as well as carry over all progression and unlocks. To check out some of these visual upgrades, visit Ubisoft's YouTube channels.
Pokemon's 25th anniversary is around the corner, and the Pokemon Company is teasing a very special surprise next year on February 27th. During the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, they updated the Pikachu float with the number 25 written on its cheeks. They haven't released much news on the matter just yet, but we should be expecting something soon. Maybe a new Pokemon game? Or something very surprising.
Next, The Medium is an upcoming third-person psychological horror game in development by Bloober Team. From the little bits currently known about the game, Mary Ann is the protagonist with a unique power to traverse between the world of the living and the spirit realm. A central theme to the game is the idea of no universal truth and how perspective shifts perception, demonstrated by the protagonist's use of their psychic powers and traveling between worlds to solve puzzles and uncover secrets. A new trailer titled The Threats was released on the 24th. Within it, we hear what seems to be one side of a conversation between a man and perhaps Mary Ann as the camera moves through several haunting environments. A garden overgrown with strange vines and brush, and what appears to be the exterior and interior of a large manor covered in ooze as tendrils squirm out of every crevice. Incredibly terrifying are the shots including the skyline, showcasing strange hands or gigantic creatures of inhuman form looming on the horizon. By the end of the trailer, this unknown gentleman tells the viewer that whatever they plan to do, they had better do it quickly or else they will kill him. Who is this him, and why would they be killed? Aside from the obvious likelihood that this person is perhaps responsible in some way for the nightmarish happenings in-game, I honestly cannot say I have an answer. All I can say is that this game certainly has my attention. You can view the trailer for yourself on Xbox's YouTube channel. Otherwise, The Medium is scheduled for release on January 28th, 2021 for Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC.
The Nintendo Universe is hitting the theme park in Osaka February 4th, 2021. Universal Studios Japan has announced the anticipated Super Nintendo World theme park. The theme park will include an amazing AR Mario Kart roller coaster with the headsets looking like Mario caps. A Donkey Kong area and Yoshi ride will be among the other themed Nintendo spots in the park. They officially released a special preview of the park, so I'm definitely excited about it and is now definitely on my bucket list of places to visit. And that is all we have for the industry news in this week. I'm Morgan Mulberry.
And I'm Tyler Ralston.
And thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for tuning in today. I know, again, it was a short one, but we'll be back next week with some more news on both the esports side and the industry. So until then, be safe, have a great week, and if you're at the University of Kentucky or any university during the finals week this week, we hope you wrap everything up pretty easily and with good marks. So until then, have a lovely week. We'll talk to you next.